Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be proceeding with the second part of our day, and arguably a little bit, hopefully, I'm hoping at least, let's just say this, I'm hoping for a bit more of exciting games. So far, to my surprise, everything has been going very one-sidedly. Do you agree with that, Spiff?
For the most part, yeah. But we did get to see some really scrappy games where Fortuna came close to maybe pulling something out of his ass there. But yeah, it's mostly been a pretty one-sided day. At
I like
least if you look at the column, like wins,
I
and
like
then
how
you don't
you're
look at the actual games.
I like how you're taking a page out of Steele's no filter on Nite stream book now.
Well, of
Actually,
course, if it's your stream, if I fuck up, you get in trouble.
that's true. That's true. I'll take that responsibility. All right. Well, which match before we get to this first one? Which one are you more excited about? This first one or the second one we have?
Uh, no disrespect to Osmos and Hope, but I always love watching Iron Commander play.
Yes, I would agree. So, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I think getting into this match now, I think this is going to be an absolutely stellar of a match. And this is one of those points where the community you see on the screen right now, 95% for Hope, 5% for Osmos. Like, I just disagree with this. I think it's going to be much closer than what they're putting. I think it's going to go to game five, especially looking at the maps here. It's a very interesting choice of maps here. Both of these players banned their counter picks essentially. Even though Hope is playing random, Osmos has banned the Cybern air map. But other than that, the first three games actually we have are very close quarters. And then the tiebreaker match is pretty much the only air map. Everything else is fairly land based, I would say, except for Zeta. What are you expecting out of this match we got going on between Hope and Osmos, Spiff?
I'm honestly just expecting more of what we've been seeing. Airplay, uh, both players probably just trying to find that opening, waiting for the opponent to make a mistake. When your tournament life is on the line, uh, you don't want to make any real risky plays. Although, I mean, we did see some risky plays earlier in the day from Fox Tremelin that did not pay off for him, but that's why you don't necessarily want to make those risky plays.
Absolutely. Yeah, and honestly, I feel like Osmos's performance. I mean, his past results are flashing on the screen here right now, but I feel like Osmos has been very unrepresented. Even in that highlight video that I made of him, he kind of was, like I didn't have as much footage of him, but he did such an amazing job in the anniversary tournament, and he had a very difficult bracket in that tournament. So I really think only losing to Hope, actually. I think he lost to Hope and then went into the lower bracket. And I believe he lost to, actually don't remember who he lost to, but it was incredible performance. And then taking second in the league, we basically have not the rematch, but basically a rehashing of our number one player from season 3 and number 2 player from season 3 as well. So it'll be so interesting, especially on open palms. Game 2, depending on what Hope pulls. I'm hoping he pulls Cybern because that will just be incredible if he does. And on Desolatia, I'm hoping to see him pull UEF. I really want to see him try and go that way. So, Spiff, I know your prediction is up there on the screen, but can you tell us again what your prediction on this match is?
I honestly don't remember what I filled out in your survey.
Oh yeah, you put 2-1 because again you thought it was best out of 3.
Yeah. So yeah, clearly I think it's going to be a close match, and maybe even go all the way to Game 5 here. Osmos is not to be underestimated. Even though he hasn't, I don't think Osmos has come out on top of any of the tournaments before, has he?
In tournaments, no, unfortunately not.
Yeah. Well, maybe he can keep it alive today and go on to win this one. I mean, basically every single player in this tournament has an uphill battle to beat their opponent, um,
Yeah,
even the ones that have an uphill battle to beat them.
absolutely. And I think if Osmos does have a chance, which I do think he has any day, but Hope is playing random, so I think that this is going to be a very close game. I'm hoping that Osmos has prepared for this match, which I think he did, and they have so much history together, practicing a lot. A few years ago, from what I hear, they kind of rose up together. Or I might be misunderstanding, but I got that impression. So it's going to be a very, very exciting match. We actually have about 5 minutes here, so I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock, but we're probably going to start, around that time, so we're not going to be late for once, which is fairly surprising. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that match. My prediction is also a narrow win for Hope, just because, I mean, you guys know, Hope just, yeah, I think on his best day, Hope can beat anybody. Any player that we currently have and currently don't have. So it will be very interesting to see what kind of Hope we'll see today, and what kind of strategies Osmos brings to the table. So we're gonna set up the game here. We're gonna take it a little bit chill, but we'll be back nevertheless very, very soon with our quarterfinal number 3 between Hope and Osmos. Our number 2 and number 7 seed. Don't go anywhere. It is going to be a battle for the ages between these two Russians. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our second, technically, live cast, but our third quarterfinal of the Serpents Championship Series Invitational 2020. We have our first game here on Desolatia. Mr. Spiff, God damn it, I did it again. Who is our first player, please?
Well, Monsieur Nite, our first player over here on the left, spawning in as the purple Aeon commander. We have Osmos, who filled in his first starting 4 mexes and is dropping down an air factory. And I would note, not going 3 research stations like he said he was going to in the lobby chat. And over here on the right-hand side, starting off with an early land factory and just now filling in his starting 4, we have spawning in as the red Aeon commander, the random player Hope. Another land factory coming down here. Hope looks like he's going to make a push for the center, I think.
There was so much banter between these two players leading up to this game, including during the picks. And if you guys noticed on the overlay or in the player introduction card thing, Osmos was taking a little of a low blow at Hope, saying his favorite moment, most memorable moment, was dropping a Monkey Lord and killing. I don't know how you managed to do that, because you have to have the experimental. What is it? Transport to do that, and I feel like that's pretty hard to do. So it had to be like a team game or something.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe on a 4v4, or it could have just been one of those, silly games that sometimes you play between friends and practice partners, where it's just like, okay, I'm not going to attack you, you're not going to attack me. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah. Put on the rush timer for 20 minutes. Somehow I don't see these two players doing that, though. These guys are so good. I mean, we talked about it at length in our introduction.
No. Like a self-imposed rush timer is what I mean. Like, like, hey,
Yeah, but
let's play a
still,
turtle game.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the same thing. The only thing is that the ring is gone, right? I guess. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway,
that way you can actually build up an economy.
Yeah. No, that's definitely. I always felt so limited. All right, so it looks like Hope was hiding his air there.
That was Osmos hiding his air.
Oh yeah, sorry, Osmos. My bad. I'm just like, yeah. Anyway, you guys know how great of a morning I've had today. Oh boy. Is it 4 Weeda buffs to snipe off a mobile missile launcher?
Apparently it is.
That's beautiful.
Or maybe it's 5.
Nicely done by Osmos. Holy crap. And already we see our hopes coming to fruition a little bit to make this series great. And what do we got? Harvogs? Those are not.
I hope making a good decision to save research points and pop out those bots in response to the air. They already have the AA on them.
Yeah. A little bit of a miss micro by Osmos not getting that last bomber to fire off on that engineer. Of course, if he did, he could two pass that engineer and probably could get it in the second pass. Unfortunately, he has to back off there. And getting a third land factory now looks like there's going to be a full switch from air as he does indeed pause that land factory. And there is no shot just because of that Harvog tech. So that's a very, very good play from Osmos. And you can already see that he did, in fact, most likely prepare for this matchup.
I wonder if maybe we'll see shotjas from Osmos in response to this push.
You know, it is possible. Let's see what he didn't upgrade his planes, so they're at basic, and his tanks are also at base, and his ECU and his structures. So, yeah, anything is up in the air. I wouldn't be surprised if he saves it here, and kind of decides, because he does look like he wants to push here a little bit, and this is going to be quite a scary push, especially with a bit of Harvogs from Hope sprinkled in. So. Oh, nope, he decides to hold off a little bit and build a land factory first.
Yeah, it looks like he is pulling ahead in eco now, and he's going to have... Well, now they're going to be even on factories. Hope also throwing down a fourth.
Yeah, and now Hope should probably realize that there's only 4 planes. It's pretty rare for a person who goes air to just fly around with 4 planes around the map. So he should probably know. Let's see if he switches. It looks like he is switching back to tanks. I don't know if you're keeping a closer eye, but I think only tanks are popping out.
Yeah, for both players.
Yeah. And the Hope is just a little bit at a disadvantage. And again, especially on a map like this, I don't know if going bots is necessarily a great thing. Now it does allow you to kind of like run around like Hope is doing right now. So that's absolutely something he has to do to not waste those research points. But at the same time, you know, he's so far behind now on his tech that teleport could really, really cause some damage here going into the mid game.
And we still haven't really seen any indication as to where Osmos research points are going. Not much Osmos can do at this point to stop these bots. Although the engineer not retreating. It's just going to suicide right in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, what? Oh, he sacker capped that Harwag. Oh, man. Didn't manage to pick off any bots, but I would be surprised if he did. All right, so this is actually turning into a pretty dangerous, you know, excursion here by Hope. And these planes, if split properly, will not do too much damage against these bots. Doesn't look like he's microing them, though. And if I was Hope, I would be building mobile missile launchers right now. You clearly have the advantage on the land, and I would try and squeeze in or sneak in a few down below. Of course, the bots might be a little quick, but Hope can't really push out from where he is right now because he's down on those land forces like we mentioned before. And that
he's going to get further behind with another land factory coming down for Osmos. On the other hand, Hope, instead of making another factory, has chosen to go into a research station. So maybe can catch up on the road to teleport here.
A little bit of a missed micro on those planes, but I think that was a Control K by Hope. I think that was a little premature. You could have gotten at least one Wiedeboth there, I think. Research stations now coming out from Hope.
That's the second research station.
Yeah. So yeah, you can clearly see him trying to catch up to his Aeon opponent here. And so far, no indication of what tech Osmos wants to take here. I mean, would you rush for teleport on this map? I feel like Hope is kind of dug in at this point. We do finally see that MML coming out, by the way.
I think teleport could be really strong because you could teleport a group of MMLs into his base and just wreck everything from the back. You could dance around his army a little bit, you know, harass the outlying mass extractors, and then ultimately maybe snipe if you're able to pull your opponent in every direction.
Yeah,
is it the best choice when your opponent is also Aeon and is getting caught up on research by building research stations? I don't know.
So what are some alternatives here? I mean,
Well, we have seen Osmos continue to produce air, and so switch back into air might do some good. Otherwise, that's the thing about Aeon is you've got teleport and air, and not a whole lot of other options. We could always see, like a turtle game, maybe lull gun or something like that. You never know, but
We do see our first Weedaboff, or not Weedaboff, sorry, Bada coming off the line. So I think teleport is for the time being what Osmos is choosing. I would say maybe gunships would be another possibility, but he would really need to plop down at least one more air factory for that.
yeah, definitely. He has managed to take back that southern expansion and pull back ahead on mass.
The issue, though, right now for Osmos is he can't really go teleport because he doesn't have the energy to do so. He only has 4 energy generators, and he really needs to start spamming out these energy generators if he's hoping to do any sorts of damage. And it looks like Hope is trying to counter push here, this push of Osmos.
Yeah, this might turn into a base trade situation. Hope's going to have to make a decision whether to continue chasing this army or just push for the enemy base.
I think Osmos is banking on a teleport here. Yeah, he's moving back a little bit, gonna try and... Oh, what? Okay, that's definitely a bit preemptive from Hope. He's definitely going for that base trade now.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like Osmos has teleport ready to go, so he's going to take a little bit longer getting into the base and doing the damage here.
Oh, what's Hope doing? Why is he going back? Oh, teleport from Hope! Oh, but that's a little bit of an unfortunate teleport. No. Oh, whoa. Whoa!
That timing was unfortunate.
Yeah, holy crap. Maybe he didn't think he had enough energy, but Hope gets sniped. Wow. That was a beautiful bait from Osmos. And just as soon as he saw Hope go for it, he just went for the commander. He didn't even care. I was about to say that's going to be a very bad engagement, but beautiful teleport from Osmos. And Osmos goes up 1 game. What do you think about that?
Man, I'm not sure. I think maybe Osmos was just like waiting for Hope to teleport. Like that might have been the whole idea there. He was kind of dancing around on the low ground there, and I was thinking, why isn't he teleporting up into the base? Hope's army's out of position. Well, maybe that was exactly the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. That was very, very abrupt ending. I thought that game was going to go on for a little bit, but that makes absolute sense. And I'm a little surprised about Hope's decision to back there. I think he might have suspected the teleport, but he was so far out of position that, I mean, he shouldn't have been out of position like that, I guess. And you can just see how important it is to have a good position in Supreme Commander 2, especially in an Aeon versus Aeon mirror match. So that was a quick game 1, relatively quick, I would say. I guess it's still 12 minutes, fairly mediocre, but very, very good game. We're going to go to game 2 here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everyone, to this quarterfinal match. On Open Palms this time, we're in Game 2 here. I am joining Nite of Misfortune to bring this to you today. And Nite, who do we have on the field here?
On the field, after bringing such a good game 1, I think it was a very, very mechanical game. It is on the top of our map. It is our red Cybern commander. This time he pulls Cybern, which was what I was hoping, by the way. Holy crap, I just realized that. It is, of course, Hope, plopping down at 2 land factories by the looks of it, and it's going to be ecoing all the things. And his opponent on the other side is our purple Aeon commander once again. It is Osmos, plopping down 1 air factory and scouting very, very quickly. So he's going to see those 2 land factories. Let's see what adjustments he chooses to make here.
And what Hope's response to this air is going to be as well.
Well, I don't think it's going to be adapters. I think Hope has proven time and time again that he does not like adapters in response to, especially in open palms, in response to air. So we shall definitely see. It looks like... doesn't look
Still
like there's
just
an
bots for
adapter.
now.
Yeah, no adapters queued up yet. Gonna plop
And that
down
land
another...
factory looks very well placed to cover these 3 mass extractors with an anti-air tower on it.
I agree, but I think I would maybe put it up next to that mass extractor so that maybe a shield could cover at least 1. But I mean, it's fine where it is. It's fine.
That's fine.
It's fine. Definitely better than our first match. Oh man, I'm so glad the overlay is working now. That was so bad. All right, nice anti-air upgrade. So that does
Oh, and
come
this
out.
Weedaboth turns around and just barely manages to stay out of range there. Good micro.
Holy crap, he microed that out. Oh my god. So beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, look at that. He doesn't even build anti-air towers. He just gets an upgrade on one of his factories. Oh my god, it's such small little things that maybe like to the casual eye are unnoticed, but it's when we notice these things, it's just like, oh my god, Supreme Commander.
Yeah, and Hope is just creeping his base towards this other free-for-all spawn here, where the mass extractors are all close together, easily covered by anti-air. Um, Good expansion strategy against this opener.
Yeah, I agree, but he's falling a little behind on mass now, and he's only a factory up on an AN player without really pushing him, which is not a good idea against an Aeon player. You really need to be harassing, or at least having at least two factories on the Aeon at this stage of the game, I feel like.
I think harassment would be difficult because you don't necessarily know what you're going to walk into on the other side of the map.
Yeah, but again, I think Osmos has stopped air production. Yeah, it looks like it. So he has pretty good radar coverage, so he can really probably suspect that nothing too crazy is going to be coming out on the air side, unless he's suspecting gunships. But if he's suspecting gunships, then this is not the correct response from Hope. Then I would definitely be plopping down anti-air towers and probably transitioning into
I don't think
those
gunships are a
adapters.
likely choice against Cybern, though.
Yeah, I don't think so either, especially with structured Edo. I mean, it's yeah. So I don't think so. Which is again, I would think that he would just suspect that air is not ultimately what Osmos is going to be banking on here.
Yeah, Osmos is doing exactly, well, maybe not exactly, but very close to what he did in the last game with just not a lot of air to start out with. 4 bombers, just to do a little bit of damage, cause a reaction.
He does it again. Look at that. He splits off
Oh
the low
man,
fighter out.
and he does manage to snipe off that radar station this time.
Yeah, I mean it seems like inconsequential, and ultimately it probably is. But I'm not even gonna say anything about moving your air, guys. But like, this is what you should be doing. Like, look, 4 planes. He doesn't even have enough to one pass that radar, but his movement is what allows him to do so. There's another radar up front for Hope, so he's not in the dark here. Scouting plane coming in, so he's gonna know exactly the composition here. And
That
this is
plane will go down to the AA tower, though.
yeah, finally. Finally Hope kills a freaking plane. Oh my goodness. And
Yeah, it's a nice little pickup.
these bots can probably overrun these tanks, but I think Osmos is going to be smart enough to bring his commander and also hide these tanks behind the mass extractor so that the loyalists focus on the wrong target there. Let's
Yeah,
see.
we're 4 factories to 3 now. Well, okay, there's another 4th one coming down for Hope as well.
Yeah, and I think when you expand so quickly as Cybern, it's so easy to stall out, and there's an idle engineer that I would really like to see expand to that mass extractor. There is an engagement here, though. Loyalists are going to be making their way out here. That point defense is not going to finish.
Oh, I thought the bots were going to turn around as soon as the point defense was destroyed, but they're pushing in.
I don't think that's enough
This
loyalists here.
this is not a snipe attempt. They're not focus fire. Oh, maybe it is. Some of them are focus firing the commander now.
Yeah, but the problem is he definitely did not prioritize the tanks there, and he just did not have enough to take down those loyalists really quickly. Unfortunately, going to lose another Weedaboff here. But
I think the engagement went just fine for Hope.
you think? I thought it was
Yeah.
pretty good for... I feel like early game, whenever you trade even equally, which I think Osmos definitely traded favorably for himself, it goes towards the Aeons. That PD is going to die again. Okay, now it's probably pretty equal. I agree with you. 2 PDs for, a couple of bots. It's not too bad. But then again, he engages here, and that's just not enough bots here. Maybe he's going for unit Detto? Point defense
No,
coming
he'd
up.
be pushing closer in. I think he just wanted to get rid of the point defense because it's close enough that it's maybe going to threaten that mass extractor.
Yeah, it has to back off there. There's not enough units, but Hope has to be careful with his ACU here. Is he going to try and reclaim? Capture? There's a PD coming up. Yeah, he has to retreat there.
I think Hope just really wants to keep the pressure on and maintain the momentum.
And see,
I think that's the goal of the push.
yeah, but the problem is now that he doesn't have enough loyalists to really do anything, and now the fact that the Aeon commander has those mobile missile launchers is really going to spell trouble. Like that's how you stall as a Cybern, is if your initial push doesn't work like that, your aggressive strategy here with these factories up front is just gonna fail to those mobile missile launchers. Osmos doesn't even have to push with his tanks, which he's gonna do still because I think he has enough tanks here to do some stuff, but what is Hope doing with his research though? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, he upgraded stars on, I think, at least 1 star on his loyalists. And looks like Osmos has 1 or 2 stars? Don't remember what 1800 is. I really need to, like, I always say I need to learn what they are, but nice control K by Hope on those factories, though. Ooh, but the commander might get caught here. Okay, Osmos does not choose to pursue.
And Hope forced to retreat and give up this forward position here. That's going to give Osmos access to this whole area of economy. Yeah. And he's already expanding up at the top as well. So, yeah, Osmos is in a real good position going into the mid-late game here.
And he's doing it again. Hope's commander just loves to get out of position, always. Unfortunately, and I think the Aeon player can't push here because structured Edo. But I would not be plopping down this many research generators here. They're just way too many. And I don't know why he's still being so cavalier with his commander. Unless he's teching Nanogun. Nanogun might actually be an option here.
We haven't really seen too much else in the way of tech from him.
Yeah, I don't know what he could be teching here. That's a 3rd research station after losing that forward base. Yeah, I think he's trying to get to Nano because he's really not going to pump out any units in time. I would love to see some Brackman as well. Just a funky composition from Hope. I know he said in chat earlier he was feeling a bit of the nerves, but I don't know if this is a mistake. I'm hoping this is a part of the plan. The only thing that makes sense to me here is Nano. But he spent so much research on bots by now, so I really don't know. And even if he does go Nano at this point, there's just so much economy for his opponent. He's just going to get outspammed. Flanking maneuver here. Actually, probably going to work out here. Don't think... Yeah, I doubt Osmos has teleport right yet. Yeah, going to push through. Oh my goodness, what the heck? Osmos can't decide what he wants to do.
Yeah, it looked for a moment like he was gonna...
Oh, that's jump jets probably. What the heck is happening in this game? What?
An Osmos commander finds himself out of position
way.
Here. Are there enough bots there? If there's a teleport, he might... Oh, Hunker. All right.
No, that ACU is still falling way too quickly. And Osmos is the one that gets out of position here. Oh, this is going to be close, though. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. Holy shit.
Wow.
So, 2 very different games, but 2 games with very similar conclusions. Very similar. One army pushes and gets out of position, and then the other player gets sniped. So very, very similar to what we saw in game 1, but it is Hope this time that manages to tie up the series a 1-1. I believe our next map is Shiva Prime. I'll double check, but I believe it is. That's Hope's pick. So we will rehost the game and we'll be back. This game just got a whole lot hotter. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to game 3 between, well, I'll say for the between, for my wonderful co-caster, Spiff. Would you like to introduce our first player?
All right, starting down here on the bottom side, spawning in as the orange Aeon commander, we have Osmos, dropping down a quick air factory, and then going into eco here. And up on the top side, spawning in randomly here as the purple UEF commander, we have Hope, who's dropped down some land factories and probably going to be making a push up the left side there, or I'm sorry, the right side. I'm a little lisdexic at the moment, I guess.
Lisdexic? Is that an actual
Yeah.
word?
No, it's not. It's a play on dyslexic.
Oh, I thought it meant like location or direction. All right, never mind.
Well, it does now. P Shields. Welcome to P Shields.
Yeah, and this is a tactic that Hope really likes to employ, I feel like, and and he uses usually adapters for this, but now he's going for obviously those P shields, and it's pretty powerful for a choking map like this. And I'm wondering, because usually when he's Cybrant, he likes to go for the Megalith. I'm wondering if he's gonna eventually tech to Fat Boy. What do you think about Fat Boys on this map?
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. YOLO, right? Aeon YOLO.
I mean, it is kind of an air map, but if you can manage to get the Fat Boys up and survive until you get tank AA, you're golden.
Yeah, for sure. And teleport might be a little. I mean, teleport is always a possibility, and those Fat Boys are a little prone to teleport, obviously. But that if he gets two and like crossfires them on one of these ridges, Osmos is just not going to get out of his base.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, Osmos is expanding his economy to the south and southwest. So if he can hold off this push, he's going to be in a much better position going into the mid game.
Also, I think it's a very similar strategy here from Osmos. Well, actually, no. This time we see Shadjas, but similar tech switch from air to land forces here. Absolutely makes sense though with the P shields though. So.
And we've got idle engineers. Wherever
Ooh.
Mr. Steal Your Girl is right now, he's not happy.
Man. Yeah. He's going to chase you down, Osmos. Going to chase you down. Although Hope is really not doing better either. Looks like he's going to be healing that mass extractor, but now that engineer is just going to get targeted down. It's a lot of Shadjas amassing, and there isn't a whole lot of ground forces from Hope coming out. There's only 4 tanks in that composition.
But a lot of P shields.
Yeah. But you know my opinion on just P shields. You gotta find that balance. The balance in the force, Spiff. You gotta find it. Use that yellow lightsaber.
I wonder if maybe we're going to see like a PD push with the P shields to protect the PDs from Aeon range.
Maybe? Actually, I've never... Well, maybe I've seen it before, but that's actually a very rare play.
But I'm just trying to think what Hope is doing with his commander all the way out front like
Maybe
this.
he doesn't know that they're Shadjas? That would make sense.
I mean, I'm sure he doesn't, but...
Now he sees it, so...
It's just such an aggressive play.
Man, those Shadjas just eat a whole bunch of mobile missile fire there.
And Osmos Engineer, I thought it was going to be building mass extractors on the third spawn here, but it is sneaking up into the back of Hope's base.
Oh, dang. Is he going to notice? So far, that engineer is just sitting there. And it looks like that air harassment has stopped by Osmos. Why did he pull up his two planes? If those 2 planes took out that engineer, he could just waltz with...
The factory in Hope's main got an AA tower on it, so it kind of shut those planes down.
That makes sense. And look at this brave P shield trying to take on the the Aeon engineer. Sack cap incoming.
No, I don't think that's a sacrifice, is it? I think that's a regular
Yeah,
capture.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a regular capture. Probably gonna sack cap. Yeah, sack
This
cap
is a
now.
sack cap.
Yep, and that's a sack cap. Very nicely done from Osmos. And you see like him trying to test Hope's attention there.
I would have liked to see that move coupled with a push on the front as well, though.
Yeah, but it's so hard to misstep here. And actually, I'm not sure if waiting here is the best idea because Demolishers start being so powerful on this map, especially against Shaja compositions such as this. I mean, I say Shaja composition. It's just Shajas right now.
We haven't seen any Demolishers pop out yet, though.
No, we have not, and I'm wondering why Hope isn't going them. I feel like that's an obvious choice. But hey, I'm just a dumbass caster.
Yeah, if we knew how to play this game, would we be casting it?
Probably. Hey man, I don't know about you, but I enjoy casting. Look at that Shaja fire. Holy crap. Not managing to get through the P shields though. Wow. Pretty surprising there. Oh, finally managing. What was that? A tank? And it looks like that captured engineer was picked off, but now there's a miss rally. Wait. I think that's actually a rally, but for some reason the tanks aren't going anywhere. Oh, no. That tank is just there. Okay. It's a really weird rally point there.
So many P shields at the front here.
Yeah, and Hope is just slowly pushing with factories and everything. I'm not a huge fan of this building these factories in a line like Hope is doing here, but his ACU actually drew quite a bit of Shaja fire, and his shields are actually regenerating pretty nicely here. Hope does have to be careful here for all this Shaja fire.
Yeah, that's a lot of Shajas, and those P shields are getting taken down real fast.
Yeah, I just don't think he has enough tanks here. Like, you should not be pushing in. A very weird game from Hope. Yeah, yeah, he's given up here. I don't, wait, no, maybe he's not giving up. Hang on. Okay, no, he gave up. I was like, for a second, I was like, oh, maybe he's trying to target down the Shajas that are left, but no, the Shajas just switch fire and just like melt him, hose him down. What a weird. That was okay. I don't know. Today's games are surprising. The first two were good, but they were also surprising in the way they ended. Like, I feel like these players have mismicroed every single game. One of these guys has mismicroed, and it's curious how they both pick up a map off of each other's map pick, if that makes sense. So very interesting set of games. Osmos does take the 2-1 lead here. Of course, this is a best of 5, so we are going to go to game 4 here to see if Hope can tie it up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
welcome back, everybody. This is Spiff joining Night of Misfortune to bring you Game 4 of this quarterfinal match. Night, why don't you go ahead and introduce our players?
Alrighty, starting on the right-hand side of Away Station Zeta, we have our orange Aeon Commander up 2-0 and hailing from Russia. It is none other than Osmos. Looks like he wanted to throw down an air factory, but canceled it and went for land instead. And his opponent on the other side of the Zetas, I guess, or stations, I don't know. It is our white UEF commander with the name of Hope and a bunch of weird, I don't know, what are they? Are they Japanese letters? I don't think we ever decided last time.
I have no idea.
But yeah, he's throwing down 2 land factories.
Osmos has also moved on to a couple of land factories. Very similar builds here, and P shields.
Oh, of course. That's going to be the game plan for Hope. I mean, to be fair, like going random, I doubt he would just like have a menagerie of builds for each faction, especially on a choky map like this in Shiva. I mean, they're pretty similar. So I'm not terribly surprised. And plus UEF, I mean, what else are you going to do, really?
Right. I mean, fat boys, but you got to survive to get them.
Yeah, but it looks like this time Osmos is just going to go with tanks, and that might be a little bit more difficult against P shields.
Well, he might again switch over into Shotjas once he sees what's going on. Because remember, in the last game he opened air, and then he transitioned to land, and because he had saved his research points by the time he was done with his land factories after he had scouted, he had already unlocked Shotjas. So that was why he skipped tanks, is because he opened with air.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised not to see air on this map. What do you think about that?
Not terribly. I know a lot of players like to play air on this map, but it's not a universal thing.
I feel like on this map, unless it's P shields like this composition, if you let your opponent run by and you for some reason miss it, maybe a lack of attention or maybe just a great sneaky play, it's so hard to get to, and like air really helps with that, I feel like.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's definitely something that can be useful to transition into, even if you open with just land. I just don't think it's necessary for the opener, as long as you're paying attention and you get a radar up early.
I do think these players are playing very, very safe, though. I think both of these strategies, 3 factory land openings, essentially, very, very standard. I think neither one of them wants to take a chance here and take it to an air map.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hope might, but that's just because he's down, but he has to play safe here. Tournament line is hanging on a thin thread here for Hope. Well, I wouldn't say thin at this point. I guess he has P shield, so I guess it's a pretty thick ass rope, but
But he has to win 2 in a row here to stay alive.
Yeah, for sure. But again, I think Boolean is a little more up in the air, I think. Especially if he pulls UEF or Aeon. I think he has very good prospects on that map. But yeah, for now, it looks like both of these players are dodging. I don't know if I was Osmos, I would probably push into this. But Hope definitely wants to wait for as many units as he can before forcing Osmos' hand. And that is, again, a lot of tanks for Osmos, and again, not that many for Hope.
I do think Hope's factories are set a little bit more tank heavy this time, though.
Yeah, we do see a little bit more tanks coming out, but still, that is how many tanks are in that main composition there? 4, 5 with 1 mobile missile launcher. Yeah, that's
yeah.
not enough.
It's not enough right now, but I think that he was focused on P shields early and now has transitioned to like 2 tanks, 1 P shield.
Yeah, and if Osmos gets a couple of more missile launchers, I think it's going to be much more difficult. I mean, mobile missile launchers are pretty much countering P shields nowadays, so it's so easy to get as Aeon. Oh man, I feel like Hope is getting out of position. What are you
Yeah, it
doing?
seems a little risky to be up in the corner here without a clear escape route.
All right, 4 factory coming out for Hope. And don't get me wrong, I really favor this composition from our UEF player if it goes long game. Bichul's just get ridiculous. But right now, if Osmos pushes here during the mid game here, I just think he has way too many tanks here. I'm not sure why he's so hesitant. He's trying to flank now, which is not a bad idea against the P-Shield player. Ultimately, that's how you counter them. But that's more of if you need to catch up. But right here, I feel like he's up. A strong push down the center could end it.
But at the same time, if that push is poorly executed, it could go very badly.
And again, no freaking demolishers. What's up with that?
I don't know. Especially on a choke pointy map like this, demolishers are really, really good.
Yeah, especially where he's fighting right now. That ACU, again, Hope's ACU just does not go very efficiently. There is finally Osmos is pushing through, and I don't know why he backs up there. There's no reason for Hope to be really pushing or Osmos to be backing up, I feel like. But I don't know.
Honestly, I wonder why Hope built the 5th factory back in the main base instead of trying to set up position in the center.
Yeah, I don't know. I think right now it's either way. I mean, obviously this is again a safer play if he does lose that middle position, but the thing is that his ACU is there. So if he loses, he just loses. And more likely than not, you're not just going to catch up with the Aeon opponent. Okay, here he goes. Now he sets up that forward factory.
There it is, yeah.
And now that Osmos is not pushing, I'm starting to like this position more because of those mobile missile launchers now. They're just going to slowly pick away at Osmos structures, and those P-shields will protect Hope structures. Looks like there's engagement here. I think Hope or Osmos really does need to force the issue here. He's up on upgrades as well. He has more stars than Hope.
Yeah, he's got a research station as well, which he's opted to go for, while Hope has opted to continue expanding economy.
Osmos's ACU is really low, but he gets out of there.
Oof.
Oh my goodness, that was... Actually, he still had like 1,000 left, but that was very hairy there.
Yeah, that's a dangerous push.
And Hope is on the front foot now. I don't think he can push into those shields. Yeah, has to back off. Oh, but Osmos actually managed to pick up a few of those mobile missile launchers, so that was pretty good from him. And somehow Osmos managed to get a couple units in the back, but looks like he did not control them, so they're probably going to get picked off here by the tank, but not before Hope loses a mass extractor, so that's pretty worth it. Oh no, and he doesn't continue moving them. Going to lose a radar as well. He rebuilds the radar though, so now he knows that there's no air transition of any kind.
Yeah, he built that forward radar a little while ago, so he's fine there.
Man, and those P-shields just go down very quickly. Yeah, you really need more MMLs to breach this AM position. Does manage to pick off those 3 units. He did lose quite a bit though, and Hope is not... He's expanding on the bottom. I guess both of them are expanding at a relatively steady and similar pace here. And again, I'm starting to favor this more and more for Hope. Again, because I feel like Osmos just is not trying to be very decisive here. I'm guessing he's waiting for teleport. But his Hope's ACU is just so close to those P-shields that, you know, it's going to end up being the same fight, I feel like. I don't know. Oh, there we go. And that's why I like this position for the UEF better, is because this is going to start eating away at Osmos. And still...
I feel like Osmos just needs to be a little more aggressive. I think he could do a lot of damage to this army if he pushed up into it.
And still no demolishers. I'm so confused. Are demolishers just not good anymore in this composition, or... Hope re-engaging as his shields go down. That's kind of iffy. But yeah, he picks up another factory. A point defense. That second point defense will probably fall as well. And yeah, his shields are going down, but now he's not losing units. And he's starting to get quite a bit of tanks there in that composition as well. Has a few mobile missile launchers that cannot get through an engineer back home. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh my goodness. Wow, a lot of factories going down for Hope. And the problem is now is that, you know, Osmos is still building those factories. He still has a good economy. The problem is he's losing them as quickly as he's gaining them. Ooh, shields go down for Hope, though. And shields for Osmos on those units. Yeah, trading fairly equally here. Osmos has not plopped down any research generators yet. Well, actually, his first one is going down there in the bottom, but I think he's still quite a ways from teleport. He looks like he's taking the long route, which I think is probably the better decision. But again, he's just losing way too many factories now.
Yeah, he's trying to rebuild them, but those MMLs are brutal.
Yeah, and there's so much fire going on. It's really hard to tell who is really doing more, but I think there's more tanks for our orange player that are falling.
Yeah, and you know, Hope's factories, 9 factories, which have all been gaining veterancy. He hasn't lost any.
Yeah.
And even though Osmos is even, or maybe just pulling ahead now on factories, they're not vetted factories at all.
Absolutely. And those mobile missile launchers, like I said, are just not getting enough done for Osmos. And look at that. I was like, Hope takes out a radar. He's going to send a diversion force down there while he has no vision. Absolutely doing so there. Beautiful play. Going to pick off that research generator. And this is starting to look very, very bad. Demolishes, by the way, finally making their way out at 15 minutes. Oof, that is... I don't even know if that force will be enough to take that out, to be completely honest.
Maybe not.
Hope just needs to reconsolidate. Looks like Osmos might have teleport here. Holy crap, that is a lot of mobile missile launchers. Oh, nice split, by the way, but now there's demolishers there, and oh, that's gonna connect.
Yeah, those shields immediately going down on a number of those MMLs.
Yeah, not a bad idea from Osmos, though. Trying to split push like this, drawing away some demolisher fire as well as tank fire. All at the same taking down the P-shields, but unfortunately he just does not push with his tanks at the same time.
Yeah, he can't get close enough to target the factories without taking tons of demolisher shots to the face.
Oh no, he's gonna lose his core mass extractors too. And Hope actually pumped in a lot to veterancy at this point as well. Now actually outdoing his opponent. Teleport coming in. Oof, 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 oof. There's a lot of shields, though, so Hope is prepared here for this snipe attempt. There's a lot of demolishers here, too, so Osmos just can't stick around, and I'm afraid this might be the end of this army.
I think Osmos needs to think about retreating and going in the back door.
Yeah, I think that's what he wants to do here. Oh. Wow. Oh boy.
Osmos does finally manage to pick off one of those factories, but now we also see Hope making a transition into air.
What is this game? Look at those mobile missile launchers have been stuck behind that engineer, who's, by the way, is not doing anything.
Another snipe attempt here. Hope is going to go down.
Oh, Hope is down. I missed that, but wow. Oh man, how unfortunate is that? And I think, again, game 3, maybe game 3 didn't come down to this, but games 1, 2, and 4, I feel like came down to very positional play. Don't you agree?
Yeah, definitely. All all three of those games were just basically, oh, you moved your army out of position, your commander's not covered, I got him.
Yeah, such scrappy games, but Osmos manages to take the 3-1 victory over Osmos. And again, wow, I feel like every game except for Alpha Hex has gone in completely different direction than most of y'all have been expecting. So it'll be interesting what we see in the last series of the match or of the day. But for now, we're going to say goodbye to Hope. I think Hope was a wonderful player, and I'm honestly surprised he went down in such a fashion. But yeah, we just concluded our third quarterfinal here. Spiff, any last words?
Um, Good games. I'm just blown away by those four games. I think that was a really good series. And congratulations to both players, and congratulations to Osmos for moving on to the next round.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Osmos and Hope. Very, very well played. And despite, the score, I think we were expecting it to be a bit closer. But we will see Osmos in our semifinal match against Vanity. In that matchup, I would never have predicted. Well, maybe the Vanity part, but not Osmos. Anyway, guys, we'll be taking a short break to host the next match, and we'll be back very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere.